Hello everyone and welcome to NETCRYPTO, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we're taking a look at Pepe Unchained. So I've been receiving a lot of questions, right? A lot of people are saying, I'm able to claim, I managed to make a 2x, 3x, it's not a scam. And a lot of people are also saying, I'm not able to claim, I just don't know what is going on, right? So I'm going to be explaining to you visually exactly how the scam works. That's why I say this video is important, because we've seen some of these things, right, in the multiple scams that I have covered. So this is what happens, right? What the scammers do, especially the ones behind Pepe Unchained, right? So as you see, we're going to call this a circle, even though it's not really a circle, but we're going to say this is a circle, right? So this first circle that you see right here on top is the pre-sale, right? It represents everyone buying in the pre-sale, right? And there are two destinations. Once you buy in the pre-sale, it's either you're not going to stake, or you're going to stake, right? So as you know, on the channel, I always say don't stake, right? Because if you stake, you have to wait that 7 days after launch, right? You have to wait that 7 days after launch, these 7 days here after launch, which for most people who were staked, it was the 17th, right? Which was yesterday. That's when you started to see a lot of people unstaking, right? And then that's when you'll be able to claim and sell. But what people don't know, right, or investors don't know, is the moment that you buy into the pre-sale, there is a number of people that are blocked, right? They are blocked. What do we mean? The moment you buy, they know your wallet address, they block you. So you will not be able to claim your tokens, right? You are allowed to stake. You can stake, they don't care, right? But you can't claim, right? So the moment you buy the pre-sale, you are either part of not staked or you are staked, right? And if you're not staked, right, and then the token launches, right? If you're not staked, the token launches, you can either be taken to the block list right here, right? Like I said, you are already blocked, or you are allowed to claim and sell, right? You're allowed to claim and sell your tokens, right? Or if you are staked after the 7 days, such as yesterday, for most of you have been patiently waiting for the 7 days, and then now you're able to unstake and you are able to claim and you're able to sell. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, after the 7 days, they're taken to the blocked. So you can't claim, you can't sell, right? And some who were in the 7 days, or some actually who were not staked, we're talking about these ones who were not staked. Some of these might start to actually to unstake actually today, I believe, since it's the 18th. So these did not stake, but at launch, they got tricked with this here, claim and stake. They clicked the wrong button, right? They clicked the wrong button, and then it's intentional. That's why I did a specific video about that. Don't claim and stake. And then you claim and stake. The moment you claim and stake, you are now stuck for 7 days. After the 7 days, two things can happen. You can be sent to the blocked list, right? Or you are allowed to claim and sell. So that's how the whole thing works, right? So why? Well, to create the confusion that you see right now, that other people are able to claim, they even made a profit, others didn't. Now think about it. A pre-sale token just launched. From the word go, people are making a profit without extra liquidity coming in. Where is the money coming from? Well, it's coming from the people who are blocked, right? So the funds of the people who are blocked are the funds where the scammers take their loot from, and they also release some of the funds here so that some of the people who are able to claim, that they've allowed to claim, also get some of the funds. Some they sell even at a loss, right? That's the thing. Because this is a scam. The moment you are able to claim, some just realize I invested in a scam, I want to get out for as soon as possible. Some sell for a loss. Others, they make 2x, 3x, right? As we have seen. And then later on, much later, when the token is dropped 70 to 90%, That's when everyone in the block now is allowed to claim and sell. So that's where you just see the token is like literally valueless, right? In some instances, there's not even enough liquidity left, right? So that's how the whole thing works. So if you are able to claim and sell, you made a profit. Good for you, right? In this particular one, you were not scammed. But unfortunately, there's still a lot of people who are stuck here. They can't claim, they can't sell. It's their money actually that is being used to prop up the price, right? It's their money being used to prop up the price. So how does this all work, right? How do they select who is what, right? So let's check here. So let's pretend that 100,000 people invested in the pre-sale. So they use the 80-20 rule, right? I've covered this in some of the scams that they've covered in the past, right? So some of the tokens of reference that I covered are these ones, like for example Dogecoin 20, Green Bitcoin, Dogeverse. We have also Slothana as well, right? So let's say you have these 100,000 people that have invested in the pre-sale, right? There are four categories. There's the fish, the shrimp, the dolphins, and the whales, right? So you see them right here on Dex Tools, right? So when you go to totals here, you see these little icons here. If you click here, you see the shrimp, anyone below 1,000, the fish, 1,000 to 3,000, the dolphins, between 3 and 10,000, the whales, anyone over and above 10,000, right? So the 80-20 rule states that in most of the cases, 20%, 80% of the 20% of the people actually are 80%, bring 80% of the results. So which means this 74 million that was collected in Pepe Unchained, most 80% of it came from 20% of the investors, 20% of this 200K, which is 20K. So 20,000 investors are whales. That's where majority of the 74 million came from, right? That's where majority came from the dolphins and the whales. The shrimp and the fish, these are the people who invest 50 bucks, 10 bucks, 100 bucks, 200 bucks, right? 300 bucks, 500 bucks. These represent 80,000, right? But however, they only contributed 20% of the money in the pre-sale. So the scammers are very clever, very intelligent. 80% of these fish and shrimp will be allowed to actually claim, right? Right here. After the 7 days, they are allowed to claim. If they have not staked, they are allowed to claim, right? And some of them are even tricked to claim and stake, and then they have to wait 7 days. Afterwards, they are able to claim, right? But unfortunately for the dolphins and the whales, 80% of them will not be able to claim. They are stuck here. They are blocked, right? 20% will be allowed, right? 20% will be allowed so that it's not obvious, right? That's how the scammers operate, right? Back in the days, I was talking about 3 years ago, all they used to do is just increase the tax to 100%. You buy in, increase the tax to 100%, but then that started raising eyebrows. There are some tokens I covered 3 years ago, like Metanet, right? The case went to Interpol, right? The police literally went and knocked on the door of the project owner. So the scammers saw that this 100% tax will not work in the long term. So that was the birth of pre-sales, right? That was the birth of pre-sales. Because with pre-sales, people are not actually buying the token that they are buying into. They are buying into this pool here, and they can do whatever they want, which is the reason why I say to avoid all this nonsense, right? Just don't buy in the pre-sale. There are plenty of opportunity. There might be small windows, but then that's when it comes with your research. That's for those of you who have the Big Brain Crypto Ego Logbook, right? That's where you see your opportunity that, okay, but then it's difficult to know which token is going to be like, for example, go 3, 4, 5x, like Pepe Unchained, for example. Slothana as well was another one that went 3, 4, 5x, right? You see here, and then it just went crashing down. So coming back to the scam, right? What actually happens is we are in stage 7, as I said in yesterday's video. That's where we are, in stage 7 of the scam. We've passed the artificial price pump. It's artificial. Why do we call it artificial? Because a lot of people are blocked, as I've already said, right? They are blocked. They are not able to sell, right? It's their money that is being used to actually, sorry about that. It's actually a lot of people who are actually stuck. They are blocked, right? Majority of those people are actually blocked. They are not able to actually sell. That's where the money is coming from, right? And once this stage is done, so that's where you saw the price drop. Even for Pepe Unchained, you started to see the price drop. If we just head over to CoinMarketCap, we can see from the ATH, we're already 67% down, right? So that's how the scam actually works. And then the last stage of the scam, stage 8, right? We haven't entered there yet, but this can happen between a week, right, to 3 months. So after 3 months, that's when the scam is wholly and truly completed. After 3 months, in most of the scams, some is 2 months, some of them it's a week. Soon after launch, the price drops 80-90%. It's done, right? But for some of the scams, for example, Green Bitcoin, right, Slothana, Dogeverse, right, we saw them ranging between that those points between a week to 3 months. So in 3 months, that's where you reach this 80-90% price drop. But for most of them, it's instant. Soon after launch, price drops, right? So this is what I wanted to share with you for today. Let me know, were you able to claim your tokens? Are you not able to claim your tokens, right? If you're not able to claim your tokens, also let us know how much you invested. That's how we're able to collect this data, right? And most of you ask me, how do we support the channel, right? You can just drop down there in the description. You can support the channel with Soul, ETH, BNB, whatever you like, right? So that we can continue the work that we do here. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.